Coming up on Mountain News at 6, new information revealed in court about a woman accused of killing her own mother. Plus, the governor vetoes a House bill he calls unconstitutional.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
More details in a shocking Southern Kentucky murder were revealed today. Brianna Rich is accused of killing her mother, Carol Rich, at a Laurel County home on March 14th. A detective talked about how Carol Rich was shot multiple times during testimony in a district courtroom today. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what was said.
Brianna Rich walked into a courtroom where her sister and other relatives sat, waiting to hear the evidence laid out against her. She's accused of killing her own mother.
Asked her what happened. She stated that her and her mother had got into some kind of argument.
Detective Taylor McDaniel says Brianna found a gun and proceeded to shoot her mother Carol 5 to 7 times in various rooms of the home and then outside.
It started in the bathroom of the residence, I believe she said, led to the kitchen, into the living room, and then they exited the residence. Through this whole time, she's repeatedly shooting her mother. She explained to me that they had made it out to the driveway and her mother had fell down.
There are still a lot of questions about the motive, what may have led up to this. The detective was asked if mental health may have played a role in leading up to this crime. Detective McDaniel said that Brianna showed no emotion during questioning, that she was a little confused and scattered.
I don't know that I've ever reacted with anyone that's killed their mother.
The attorney pressed more about Brianna's mental health, but the judge stopped her, saying it was not needed to determine probable cause, which later he says was found, and now a grand jury will consider if there will be an indictment. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The judge also refused to lower Brianna Rich's bond, which sits at $250,000. One woman is dead after a fire in Logan County. West Virginia State Police say the victim is Vicki Dingler. Investigators tell us the fire broke out at a home in the 200 block of Yuma Road around 6:30 this morning. Firefighters say they found Dingler inside the home, got her out, and gave her CPR. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. Scotty Wallen lives right next door, and when he saw the flames, he got out of bed and immediately tried to help.
And I started getting our water hose, spraying it on the house, and the heat just got too intense for me. So I backed off and started spraying our house and spraying our roof, and I moved my truck. If I hadn't moved my truck, we'd have probably lost our house.
Investigators are still working to figure out how the fire started. 2 Southern Kentucky men out fishing made a discovery that may have saved a woman's life. Jamie Perkins and Aaron Sevier were fishing in the Little Laurel River near Corbin when they came upon a search crew who said they were looking for a missing older woman. Moments later, they said they heard a woman talking near the riverbank. They called out to her, and it took a while for her to respond. They realized it was the woman who had been missing for 2 days and were able to talk to her into their boat, and they got her to safety.
You don't really hear of finding somebody, I guess, her age after the conditions we've had with the storm and the cold at night. She was in really good shape other than being a little bit disoriented. She was standing.
Sevier and Perkins say the woman even told them she was able to find a place to sleep at night and never appeared to be scared of being alone. Her family told rescue workers that she recently began suffering from dementia.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying your afternoon. It has been a cloudy afternoon, now into the early evening here across the mountains. Let's go to Interstate 64 Moorhead. This is one of the cameras where we've actually been seeing some rain on again, off again for the afternoon into the early evening. That'll continue into the northern part of the region. For the rest of southeastern Kentucky, those temperatures tomorrow starting out in the 30s. By the afternoon, mix of sun and clouds rebounding into the 50s for most of us. Now, southern parts of the region, Whitley County, McCreary Erie County, Wayne County, toward Bell County. 60 is a possibility. Radar picture with those showers here across northeastern sections of the region. More coming in from northwest to southeast. That is with that clipper dropping its way on through. We got one more weak little system to go through late tonight and into the start of your Wednesday with an isolated shower here or there. Better opportunity for that shower action across the north and northeast, just like what we had out there today. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to talk about the weekend and a big warm up and a big storm up as well.
All right, Chris, thanks. 3 Kentucky teens are struggling to make ends meet after their father was detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Adrian Garcia Zarazoga was first arrested Thursday night over a 2019 failure to appear charge. His family paid bail, but ICE immediately took him into custody. His daughter says he lost his work permit after a house fire destroyed his documentation. Now she and her siblings are selling their belongings to survive.
We sold all of our stuff, like TVs. My brother sold his truck parts, everything. And that only paid for the deposit. And then like we had to buy food, and then we're gonna have to pay rent, electric, water, everything if he doesn't get out.
They are still raising money for a lawyer, but time is running out. He could be deported by Friday. Our sister station reached out to ICE for comment, but have not heard back. Governor Andy Beshear has only one more day to veto any bills passed this session. One bill he has vetoed already is House Bill 6. Jessica Umbro is breaking down that bill and why the governor calls it unconstitutional.
House Bill 6 would redefine the term major economic impact to $500,000 over a 2-year span. The bill says any action that costs more than that would be carried out by the legislative branch rather than the executive branch.
This is a process that gives the people power to weigh in and keeps bad policies from being imposed upon our citizens.
In late February, when the bill passed the House, Democrats pushed back.
I understand the idea behind this bill. I just don't think that it's necessary, and we're going to accidentally do ourselves undue harm.
Exceptions to the change include when there's an imminent threat to public health and safety, or if there's a need to prevent the loss of federal or state funds. Senate Republicans backed those exceptions during chamber discussion in mid-March.
I believe that those are the appropriate exceptions, and anything outside of that should not be done with haste or in what someone may perceive as an emergency situation.
Governor Andy Beshear vetoed House Bill 6, calling it unconstitutional in its purpose and its action. He said it would make it more difficult to implement bills that have already come across his desk this legislative session.
In the veto statement, Governor Beshear says the Kentucky and United States Constitutions gives all 3 branches of government equal power, taking issue with claims that the bill would solidify the legislature as the most powerful. He also says Senate Bill 1, a bipartisan bill that would create Kentucky's film office, will have significant costs in the implementation well over the threshold. And Senate Bill 100, another bipartisan bill that would require licenses for nicotine retailers, would also exceed $500,000. Lawmakers have 2 days to override any vetoes from Governor Beshear. In Frankfort, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.